Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is Eric Reed. I get to be your host today, and it is my honor and privilege that you join me each and every day for this Success Life Live. I love when everybody jumps in the room, gives a quick hello, says hello, does it during the live or during the replay, or if you're listening on the podcast, feel free to add the comments below, message, or come back to the Facebook Live and add your comments. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Al. Good morning. I think I saw Julia jump in. Rose, good morning. Good morning, Miss Sonia. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, we are back from the mountain retreat and back settled into the home front, as we say. 6 hours in the car. Got a lot of reading, got a lot of writing done. It was a good thing. Just need to hire a driver. That makes it so much better. Good morning, Julia. Everybody take a minute, jump in, and take a moment and share this out. There's somebody that's probably spent last night laying in bed, tossing and turning, worrying, the wringing of the hands. And so what I've got today is 5 laws, universal laws, to help you bust through that worry demon. Buongiorno, Greg. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning, Steve. Good to see everybody. So 5 laws to help you bust through worry today. And again, my name is Eric Reed. I am a success coach. I help people live a life of success. What does that mean, success life? It means living into the moment, living each day successfully, not chasing some far off, distant success trophy that we hope to achieve with our gold watch at the end of our career, but living each and every day with intentionality and purpose and building your legacy in the moment, not waiting for some future date. So that's what I do, and I love doing it, and that's why I come together every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern to bring you Success Life Live, is to help you get your life started, to get moving in that success direction, to give you a tool or a technique or an idea or a thought that will add success to your day. So if you're ready to get started, I'm ready to get started. Take a moment, share it out. Good morning, Peggy. I see a bunch of you jumping in. Take a moment, say hello to each other. If you just drive through and don't say hello, that's kind of rude. So you don't want to be that person that just pops in without a hello. Good morning, Amy. So 5 laws, 5. I don't know why we're stuck on 5 this week. 5 laws to help you break the worry demon. So first, let's set the premise. What is a law? A law in the sense of mindset and thought and personal growth is a universal truth. It doesn't just stick to you. It sticks to everybody. And it's not subject to social economic class or gender or place or race or circumstance. It is a universal law, sort of like the law of gravity. We are all subject to it equally. We all have access to it equally, and we can all utilize the law equally to our benefit or to our detriment. So when I speak of a law, it's sort of one of those universal, divine, proven over and over again principles. Now, when we talk about worry, what is worry? I heard it said that worry is like the gum on the bottom of your shoe. You have no idea where it came from. It gets stuck on the bottom of your shoe, and you spend literally all day long trying to get it off. Or maybe it's more like the dog poop on the bottom of your shoe that, you can smell it, you can see it. No matter how hard you scrape your foot against the grass, it still sticks there. Worry is that thing that occupies your mind that just sits there and spins and spins and spins and spins, and nothing gets resolved, nothing gets done, nothing gets moved forward. It's like your mind is just stuck on this thing to be stuck on something because it has nothing else to do. Worry is that thing that you lay down in bed and you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm ready to go to sleep. And then you look over at the alarm clock and it's 1 o'clock, then 1:30, then 2, then 2:15, then 2:17, then 3, then 3:10. And you lay there and you're like, oh my God, am I ever going to get to sleep? And now you start to begin to worry, if I do fall asleep, if I don't fall asleep, am I going to be like exhausted all day at work? Or if I fall asleep, am I going to miss the alarm clock? Oh my God, if I miss the alarm clock and I'm late to work, and the worry begins again. So we all know what worry is. So law number 1, to bust the worry, to completely trash worry, to begin to break the worry demon that's been haunting you and chasing you and keeping your mind occupied and keeping you from moving forward. You ready? Law number 1. It's called the law of recency. And so what I mean by the law of recency, and I'll post these all later for you later, is What is learned most recent is remembered best. So the law of recency works this way. The last experience, the last information, the last encounter that you had, your brain is like, new information. Let's go in and deal with it. Let's go in and digest it. Let's go in and work on it. Let's go in and muddle and play with it. So before you go to bed, before you get into one of those worry situations, feed your brain something new. Feed it a new statistic. Feed it a new fact. Feed it an affirmation. Feed it a positive video. Feed it a positive thought. Feed it something that it says, oh, you know what? Recent information provided tells me that the world is bright and wonderful and full of gratitude and opportunity, and the probability of something bad happening is like 0.000000002. So now I can move on. I can let the worry go. Because the most recent information I have in my head is. But if you're having to reach back 3, 4, 5 days back to pull out some information to use that to feed your worry, what are you doing? Recycling old crap and expecting it to feel new? Come on, we know better than that. So law number 1, the law of recency. If you're getting ready to go to bed, if you've had a lot on your mind, if you've had a busy day, don't sit and look at Facebook. Because then you sit there and you compare your life to other people or see what they're doing and need to be doing and you should be doing. Sit down and read an inspirational book. Write down a gratitude. Write something positive. Read something positive. Tell yourself something positive. Open your photo album and flip through and look at the people that have impacted your life. Find a positive moment so that when you lay down, your mind is thinking of only the good things that occur in its life. Second law, the law of attraction. Whatever thoughts a person focuses on attracts the same type of experience. So if I'm worried about the outcome, if I'm worried that nobody's going to show up, or if I'm worried that I'm going to make a fool of myself, or I'm not going to have enough money, or I'm not going to be able to follow my diet plan, or I'm not going to meet the right person, whatever I'm worried about, I'm attracting, I'm energizing, I'm focusing all of that energy on the worry. Well, the worry says, okay, that's the law of attraction at work. So whatever you're thinking on this, if you're worried that you're not going to have enough money, guess what? I'm going to attract lack. If you're worried you're not going to be successful, then I'm going to attract failure. If you're worried that nobody's going to show up, then I'm going to attract don't worry, show up kind of results. So whatever you're energizing that experience into, the law of attraction says, okay, I've got to fill it because like attracts like. I'm not going to bring you joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance, clients, money, wealth, fame, fitness, if all of your energy is focused on the opposite. Because we don't belong in the same room. So if you have a worry or a thought or an event that you're worried about, picture the best possible outcome. Focus in and like, wow, what if my book did become a bestseller and I had to go on a word speaking tour, or I won a Pulitzer Prize, or I altered people's lives, or my fitness program started to grow and I got skinny and my bank account, or whatever it is. Daydream the big daydream. Daydream the lotto winning level plan. And the law of attraction will be like, whoo, I got to meet that. I got to dump that on them. The law of the averages is number 3. Talks on probability of specific events occur and see it's worth worrying about. So here are the funny things. We will all stop and buy a lotto ticket when the jackpot hits that $400 million thing. And we'll walk out and we're like, I got this. I want to win the lottery. If you flip that over, it's like 1 in 150 million, billion, trillion chance. But you'll put your bank on that. But yet at the same time, the odds of the worst thing happening, of you being homeless, of you being fully unemployed and unemployable, that all of the worst things that you can imagine that your brain is worrying on, if you could look down and say, you know what is the average number of people that this happens to? And why would I be the exception? If it's 1 in 10,000, really? Why am I focusing on the 1 instead of the 999.9? Why am I believing that I'm going to be the exception instead of the norm? Why am I not saying, in this case, I'll be average and bad things don't happen? And the numbers and the statistics and everything working, the probability of it happening are next to none. So I'm not going to be focused on that. Number 4 is the law of conservation of energy. So if energy is neither created nor destroyed, but only changed from the form into another transformed form or object or matter, is what the law of conservation of energy says. So I've got, and I often think of it as like I've got a vessel of energy that's inside of me. And throughout the day, I pour that vessel out and I put it in different cups, in different buckets, in different people, in different events, in different circumstances. If I'm sitting there and I'm just pouring endlessly and mindlessly all of my energy, all of my love, all of my strength, all of my talent, all of my energy into that bucket of worry, and at the bottom of the bucket of worry is a hole and it just keeps flowing out. And it just keeps becoming this endless drainer of energy. Where's my energy going to come from to fill me up? But if I move that bucket over, my vessel of energy over on top of my dreams, on top of people, on top of things that are bottomed and that will begin to fill and grow and multiply, then I can drink from those same vessels. And so here's what I mean, and it's a little complicated, but if I pour out my energy into my son, and I need energy, I know I can go to him and he can add a smile, he can add joy, he can add love, and he can fill my bucket up. If I pour my energy into my dream and my dream begins to pay me back, then that will re-energize me. If I pour it into my goals, into my passion, into my purpose, that energy doesn't go away from me. That energy just gets multiplied and recycled back into me. But when I pour all my energy, the law of conservation of energy, into worry, and worry can't feed me back. It's that bottomless bucket. It just keeps draining and draining and draining from me. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I'm so worn out. I'm so tired. I have nothing to give. Duh. Where did you put all your energy? Into something that would never pay you back a return. It's that mindless gum chewing kind of thing. We've all had it. You know, you buy a piece of gum and you put it in your mouth, and for the first 2 to 3 seconds, tastes pretty great. Your mouth is full of flavor. And then pretty soon it starts to go stale and you're like a cow chewing cud. There's no flavor. There's no energy. There's nothing left in it. It's dull. And you're kind of like, okay. And then pretty soon your jaw tires and everything tires out and there's no value, calorie or otherwise from it. But you keep on chewing it because you're stuck on that. Spit out the gum. Don't put it in a place where it's going to get stuck on my shoe though. So the law of conservation of energy, where are you placing your energy? And then the fifth law is the law of belief. Whatever you believe and feel to be true long enough will become your reality. And what I mean by that is when we focus on worry, when we believe that our fears and our doubts and our worries are true, and we believe that long enough, and we begin to pour everything we have into that, and all of the laws of attraction and the conservation of energy and the 4 other laws begin to work together simultaneously, guess what happens? We become stuck in that world of worry that we created. That everything that we feared, everything that we laid awake at night worrying about happens. Because nature, the laws of nature, the universe, the divine, the great creator says this is the world that you wanted. And you wanted it so long and so hard and so deeply that it became your silent prayer, that I had to answer it. And this is it. And I'm sorry, this is it. You asked for it. Because you began to believe this was your truth. You began to believe this was all you were worthy of. You began to believe that this was your destiny. So you worried about being unemployed. You worried about being out of health. You worried about being financially broke. You worried about not becoming a success. You worried about not completing a project or starting a business or changing a career or finding somebody to love. You worried so deeply and so completely that it became your belief system. It became your silent prayer. It became your voice into the universe with such passion and focus and energy. It is now your life. So what do? Do we believe the worry? Do we believe the fear? Do we believe the doubt? Do we stay there, or do we say, wait a minute, I believe that this too shall pass. I believe that this is just fear speaking, trying to hold me back, keep me in place, stop me from expanding and becoming who I can become. I worried up until now that this was going to be my reality, but I know differently. You have got to change your belief system if you want to change the environment you're living in or the environment that you're building. Because I promise you, I tell you, I do this day in and day out with coaching clients and companies and teams and speaking engagements. As soon as you accept a new belief system, even if you accept the idea that there is an opportunity for you to accept a new belief system, your world begins to shatter. We've all seen the Matrix, the red pill, the blue pill. As soon as the awareness that you are in control of these 5 laws, that you stand like a superhero over the universe and you can control the 5 laws and the other laws of life and destiny. It's like my son who loves the Avengers and now the stones. Oh, he's going to kill me. I forgot the Affinity Stones and all of that. That once you have that gauntlet, you have those 5 stones and you can say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to use the law of attraction. I'm going to use the law of conservation of energy. I'm going to use the law of recency. I'm going to use the law of averages. I'm going to use the law of beliefs to my good, to my power, to my strength, for my outcome, for my desires. And I'm going to start to utilize them and I'm going to use my powers. And I'm going to alter the universe that I live in. It happens. I promise you, it happens. But so often and so clearly, we're afraid to accept the laws that we're entitled to them, that we deserve them, that we're gifted them, that somebody else somewhere has them, but we're not part of that group, so we're not going to move into them. I'm going to challenge you. Pick one law. Just pick one. 1 out of 5. Pick one law and commit to doing it for the next 5 days. See the alteration. See the growth. See the change that's going to happen. And then come back and pick up the other 4 because you can't resist. All right? Now don't worry. I'm going to put this all up in a blog. I'm going to make sure you guys have a copy of the laws and a few tricks and tools to use to make it happen. Because I want you guys empowered. I want you guys like superhero ninja fighters, law user, alterers of the universe. All right? Rose, what law are you picking up? Sonia, what law are you picking up? Steve, Lisa, Joe. You can all pick up any one of the laws. You can pick up all 5. Shoot, I'm greedy. I'm selfish. I do all 5 and just say, you know what? I'm going for 5 times. I'm not going to do 1. I'm going to do 5. But often when we're trying to make a change, often when we're trying to create something new in our life, too big of a change becomes too big to manage. So pick one of the laws and then start using it. The law of recency, the law of attraction, the law of averages, the law of conservation of energy, and the law of belief. You can be in charge of your destiny. You can be in charge of your life. You can be in charge of the outcome that you seek. All right. Well, that's the lesson for today. I hope you guys found it of value. If you did, take a minute, hit the comments, hit the shares, hit the likes, hit the follows. Do what you got to do to make sure that I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and that it's hitting you where it needs to hit you and that it's hitting other people so that they can grow and become masters of the law. Masters of the universe through the laws. I love the laws. You know, for me personally, often when I get in one of those mindset moments where my mind's all trapped and I'm starting to get negative and funky and gray, like, you know, I can feel, I'm like, okay, find a law, live the law, use the law, okay. Because often we feel in our personal lives that this is just us. It's all only me. I'm the only person that lays awake at night and tosses and turns and worries about how much cheese is in the refrigerator. And I stay awake until 3 a.m. or whatever it is. Well, we all live it and we all do it and we all experience it and we all get trapped in it and all drains us. We're all humans. We're all normal and equal. What I encourage you to do is start to have a toolkit, have resources, have thoughts, have ideas, have things that you can begin to say, you know what, I'm breaking out of this and I've got the laws. I've got this tool. I've got this mindset. I got this affirmation. I got this journal. I've got all of these tools and resources that I need because the ship is sinking. I'm taking the lifeboat, the life jacket, I'm taking the oxygen tank, I'm taking the scuba gear, I'm taking the parachute. I'm taking whatever I need because I'm surviving and I'm moving forward. Thank you, Julia. It is my my little glass cube. So thank you guys for jumping in and joining me this morning on Success Life Live. We do this every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern here. And on Fridays, we have Fun Friend Friday. And this Fun Friend Friday is going to be another International Fun Friend Friday is coming up. I will post our guest information later today so you can make sure to share it out and invite friends and neighbors. Last week's Fun Friend Friday was off the hook. You know, I really love Fun Friend Friday. I think I'm going to have to make it like a Fun Friend Friday and a Monday morning meetup or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I appreciate you guys for jumping in and joining me and taking a minute and sharing this out and inviting others in your comments below. It always means a lot to me. Trust me, I do read them and I do value them. So please comment, share, like, follow, Twitter, whatever. You know it. And if you need me for coaching services or for speaking or something else, connect with me directly. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Again, my name is Eric Reed. I'm your Success Life Coach, and I'm glad you stopped in this morning.